why are we still hunching over these little glowing rectangles like modern-day gargoyles? Imagine instead putting on a pair of glasses that look exactly like the ones your grandpa wore in the 1970s. You step outside, and suddenly a massive glowing map is floating right over the sidewalk in front of you. You want to zoom in, so you start pinching the air. You want to scroll, so you furiously swipe at absolutely nothing. To you, inside the glasses, you are living in the year 2050. You are a cybernetic god navigating a digital wonderland.
She's fighting
But to everyone else waiting at the crosswalk, you look like a complete maniac fighting an invisible swarm of bees. You look like a massive dork. But hey, you are experiencing the future. This isn't just a quirky little gadget experiment anymore. Zoom out for a second. The biggest tech giants on Earth have collectively set over $50 billion on fire trying to do one very specific, very aggressive thing. They want to murder the smartphone. They want to kill the iPhone and the Android right in your pocket.
Incredible, right?
If you watched the recent tech keynotes, you saw the juxtaposition. There is Mark Zuckerberg standing on stage, holding up the new Meta Orion glasses like he just forged the One Ring in the fires of Mount Doom. He is beaming. He is incredibly proud. He knows the tech inside these frames is a genuine engineering miracle. But then the footage cuts to actual normal human beings trying to use them. They are awkwardly adjusting these incredibly thick black frames on their noses. They are staring blankly into space with their mouths slightly open. It is jarring, it is a little bit hilarious, and it is the centerpiece of the most expensive technological arms race in human history. But to understand why these multi-billion-dollar companies are so desperate to make us look like distracted cyborgs, we have to rewind. We have to go back to the original trauma that scarred Silicon Valley. The year is 2013. The smartphone is still basically a teenager, and Google decides to drop a nuke on the tech industry. They announced Google Glass. Do you remember this? Google promised us a sleek, frictionless sci-fi utopia. You would wake up, put on this asymmetrical metal headband with a weird little glass cube hovering over your right eye, and boom, you are Iron Man. You get weather updates beamed directly into your retina. You take first-person point-of-view photos of your artisanal coffee just by winking. You translate French menus in real time. It was heavily marketed as the coolest, most futuristic thing ever invented. But there was a tiny, fatal flaw that Google entirely missed. They accidentally invented the ultimate social pariah. Instead of looking like a cool sci-fi protagonist, wearing Google Glass made you look like a deeply creepy cyborg who might be secretly recording everyone in the grocery store checkout line. Society absolutely and violently rejected it. People wearing them literally earned the nickname glassholes. It was bad. Bars and restaurants started putting up physical signs on their front doors specifically banning anyone wearing Google Glass from entering. People were getting into literal shouting matches in cafes because someone in the corner was wearing a face computer and making everyone else wildly uncomfortable. Google Glass died a slow, agonizing, and humiliatingly public death, and it left a permanent scar. The baseline rule of the tech industry was established right then and there. Putting a computer on your face makes people hate you. Face computers are toxic. So here is the massive $50 billion question. If Google Glass was a catastrophic PR nightmare that completely alienated humanity, why in the world is Meta betting the entire existence and future of its company on the Orion release? Why are they trying to do the exact same thing again? And more importantly, why is Apple, the undisputed heavyweight champion of the smartphone, sitting in Cupertino sweating bullets, secretly terrified of this exact technology? Meta and Apple are not stupid. They know the history, they remember the glass holes, but they found a loophole. There was exactly one counterintuitive, genuinely genius decision that brought smart glasses back from the tech graveyard. And it is a psychological masterstroke that completely flips everything we understand about how human beings buy technology. So what was this billion-dollar light bulb moment? It was shockingly simple. Stop designing for the future, disguise it as the past. Tech companies finally realized something fundamental about human biology. The human face is sacred real estate. It is the literal billboard of your entire identity. You can put a bulky, glowing smartwatch on my wrist. I don't care. You can shove weird white plastic stems into my ears. Totally fine. But the very second you strop a glowing cyborg laser module over my eyeball, my evolutionary brain screams that I have joined the Borg. Meta looked at the smoking crater of Google Glass and realized that when it comes to your face, form isn't just more important than function. Form is literally the only thing that matters. So they didn't build a spaceship, they built sunglasses. They walked right up to Ray-Ban and said, hey, what if we took your classic, slightly thick, retro Wayfarers, the exact same frames your grandpa wore to look cool in 1975, and secretly jammed a microscopic supercomputer inside the plastic? It is the ultimate Trojan horse. It is exactly like hiding pureed spinach inside a double chocolate brownie to trick a stubborn toddler into eating vegetables. Only in this case, you are the toddler. The brownie is a stylish pair of hipster frames, and the spinach is highly advanced world-mapping spatial computing powered by an omnipresent artificial intelligence. You just think you look cool grabbing an iced latte on a Svinny Tuesday. Meanwhile, your stylish shades are analyzing the caloric content of your muffin, snapping a high-res photo of the barista, and silently translating the conversation happening at the table next to you. And this brilliant disguise brings us directly to the actual war, the billionaire arms race. You have probably seen the footage of the Meta Orion release. Thick, black, chunky frames, full holographic displays overlaying the real world. It looks a little bit like a prop from a 1980s sci-fi movie. But underneath that chunky plastic is sheer, unadulterated desperation. Mark Zuckerberg is fighting for his life here. Right now, Apple and Google own the world. They control the iOS and Android app stores. They are the absolute toll booths of the modern internet. Every single time Meta wants to do anything, sell anything, or track anything, they have to ask Tim Cook for permission, and Tim Cook usually says no. Meta is trapped in a $1 trillion escape room. They don't just want to build a cool new gadget. They want to completely bypass the smartphone duopoly. To do that, they have to own the next physical platform. They want to own the literal lens through which you view reality. This is the ultimate showdown, the smart glasses versus the smartphone. Think about how pathetic the smartphone posture actually is. We spend half our waking lives looking down at our glowing rectangles, hunched over like depressed shrimp. Smart glasses completely flip that dynamic. You look up. The screen doesn't distract you from reality anymore. The screen sits right between you and reality. You are walking down the street and a glowing yellow arrow magically appears on the pavement telling you where to turn. A text message from your mom floats in the sky right next to a passing cloud. You have the absolute power of a super spy. But let's be totally honest with each other. To the person walking their golden retriever across the street, you look like a complete dork. You feel like James Bond, but you look like a guy standing on a street corner violently pinching the empty air, fighting off an invisible swarm of bees. You are swiping right on absolutely nothing. And Apple knows this shift is happening. They are watching Meta deploy these Trojan horses in real time. The Apple Glass rumors coming out of Cupertino aren't just tech blog gossip anymore. Apple is quietly assembling the exact same weaponry. They know the iPhone's days are numbered. They are preparing to defend their empire before someone else cannibalizes it. Whoever wins this fight between the phone in your pocket and the glasses on your face doesn't just win the hardware market. They win the ultimate prize, establishing a level of control over your life so deep and so terrifying that it makes the entire smartphone era look like a minor invasion of privacy. Think about it. Right now, your phone is a destination. You actively choose to pull it out of your pocket. You choose to break eye contact with the world and look down at a glowing rectangle. The device is entirely separate from you. It is a tool you pick up and put down. But smart glasses, they completely erase that boundary. You do not look at them, you look through them. If Meta or Apple successfully puts their operating system between your retinas and the physical world, they achieve the ultimate technological monopoly. They are no longer just controlling your screen time. They are mediating your actual physical reality. They won't just know what links you click or what videos you watch. They will know what you look at in the real world. They will know exactly how many seconds you stare at a movie poster on the subway. They will know if your pupils dilate when you see a specific brand of shoes in a store window. The tech giants will essentially become the bouncers for your own eyeballs. And the cost of this incredible sci-fi convenience? The complete and irreversible death of public privacy. We are about to enter a bizarre new era where every single person walking down the street is a walking, talking, high-definition surveillance drone. Millions of people secretly recording, secretly analyzing, taking photos and running facial recognition on strangers, all entirely hidden behind a slick pair of polarized lenses. You will never know if the person sitting across from you at the coffee shop is daydreaming or live streaming your conversation to a private server. And the great, hilarious irony of it all, we will happily pay $1,000 for the privilege of becoming these corporate data mules. We will eagerly strap cameras to our faces just so we can read our group chats without using our hands. We are willingly trading our last shred of privacy for the right to stand at a bus stop, pinching the empty air, looking like complete and utter dorks. Imagine society 5 years from now. A street full of seemingly insane people aggressively swiping on interfaces only they can see, muttering commands to an AI assistant and nodding at empty space. It is a beautiful, terrifying, and deeply embarrassing future. So, what does this $50 billion bloodbath actually teach us? When the dust settles on the war to kill the smartphone, it all boils down to 3 undeniable rules of the wearable revolution. Rule number 1, the law of the face. In the history of consumer tech, social acceptance will always be technological superiority. You can invent a device that cures diseases, shoots laser beams, and solves quantum physics, but if wearing it makes you look like a creepy, bug-eyed cyborg, absolutely no one will buy it. The human face is sacred real estate. It is our core identity. You cannot disrupt fashion with a heavy plastic brick. If it looks weird, it dies. End of story. Rule number 2, the hardware Trojan Horse. If you want to introduce a radical, society-altering, and honestly slightly terrifying technology to the masses, you cannot make it look like the future. The future scares people.
Instead, you have to package it in a deeply familiar, nostalgic shell. You wrap the omnipresent AI and the dystopian reality mapper in a vintage aesthetic. Nostalgia is the ultimate anesthetic. You make the hardware incredibly boring, so the software can be quietly terrifying. And finally, rule number 3, the platform bypass. How do you defeat a completely entrenched trillion-dollar monopoly? How does Mark Zuckerberg actually beat Apple's absolute iron-fisted control over the iOS App Store? You don't build a better smartphone. That is a losing game. The graveyard of tech is full of companies who tried to build a better iPhone. Instead, you invent a completely new paradigm that makes the phone itself obsolete. You don't try to win at their casino. You build a brand new casino across the street. You make the games way cooler. You remove the entry fee, and you wait for everyone to walk over. The smartphone is dying. It might take 5 years, it might take 10, but the countdown has started. The war for your face has officially begun. And the absolute craziest part is, the biggest player in the world hasn't even fully shown their hand yet. If you want to see how Apple is secretly planning to dominate this exact same space without anyone noticing, click the video on screen to watch our deep dive into Apple's 10-year spatial computing master plan. And don't forget to subscribe to never miss a breakdown.
This schematic reveals the future of wearables. We call it the law of the face, the hardware Trojan Horse, and the essential platform bypass.